Hey y'all, welcome back to You Only Get One Chance, right? Today kind of feels like that. So, y'all have been following me on my ECT journey, which I'm so grateful that you guys are. I had done one treatment at a hospital and had a horrific experience. And so I was supposed to go to a different hospital this week, and we get a call from the hospital and they tell me that I'm not a candidate for ECT. And we're like, well, okay, like, people have differing opinions, doctors have differing opinions. Let's then get a third opinion. Well, we got the third opinion today. And they said I wasn't a candidate either. I was really hoping this was gonna help. ECT is used as a last resort. And I don't qualify because my disorders are too complicated and incredibly rare. So they don't know what damage it would cause. I'm upset. I'm bummed. I feel like the carpet's kind of been pulled out from underneath me. I've been wanting something to help for the last forever, it feels like. And now to know that the last resort option isn't even an option for me, it's a little bit of a blow. Sometimes in mental health, you get to the point where you're just so tired. You're exhausted, and you're not physically tired. Like, you don't, like, a lot of people with depression do sleep quite a bit. But I'm talking about, like, actual, like, mental fatigue, exhaustion. And sometimes you get to the point where you just feel so broken, and then something comes along, like ECT or a new treatment or something like that, and you get your hopes up. And it does hurt when those hopes are not fulfilled. We're not sure where we're gonna go from here. We've potentially talked about the Mayo Clinic. I just don't want people to give up on their treatments. If you need to get help, get help. There are good psychiatrists, there are bad psychiatrists. There are good therapists, there are bad therapists. There are good mental hospitals, there are bad mental hospitals. You have to find what works best for you. And even though I am broken about not being able to do ECT treatments, obviously I'm glad that they stopped before they could do any long-term damage. hopefully. But it is so incredibly important that you self-advocate, because there are sometimes, like, if I didn't have a bad experience at the first hospital, which I totally believe is a God thing, if I didn't have that first bad experience, I would have kept going, because they told me that I was a candidate and that it was perfect for me, when it wasn't. So I do believe it's a God thing. I have a lot of those happen in my life, thankfully. But I just don't want anybody to give up. I know it's so hard sometimes, especially when we get big blows to our hope, right? Like when our hopes are dashed. But you have to keep self-advocating. For whatever reason, we live in a world that thinks of mental health and the people that have mental health issues as less than. I think having a broken bone and having depression should be equals. And I'm very much an advocate for that. Just because you can't see something as broken doesn't mean it isn't broken. And we really don't know how the brain works. Not really. I'm gonna take a couple days, guys, before I get back on here and try to decide what direction you head from at this point. So, I thank you guys so much for praying for me and for giving me hope. And I continue to try to have that hope that they will find something. But don't lose faith. Don't lose the fact that you need help. Be a self-advocate. Do it for you.